And the penultimate round has arrived. Hello, welcome back to Sparkplug Motorsport. Welcome back to the A1 Grand Prix World Cup of Motorsport for the Italian Grand Prix. Last time out in Australia, U-Cable finally took victory from Lam Thong and Remy LeBeau. Then it's B-Dragon Sonic who finished fourth with Falstad behind him. That increased the Nigerians' points lead, got Falstad closer to Revo. And in fact, the difference in points 8 heading into Revo's home race. In the point standings, Team Italy coming home. They lead 34 points in front of Team Nigeria, with Team England roughly 40 points further back. But we're here in Monza. Isn't that amazing to be at the Temple of Speed at an ERL event? And this race shaping up to be one of the more chaotic in the ERL. Of course, we see in prior ERL races, most specifically Formula E season 22 onwards, this race has become an absolute wreckfest. And it's all down at the 4-5 chicane as we take a look at the major track map, not using the old oval, but it is the fastest regular circuit on the calendar. Just 11 corners. And to add to that, minimal elevation change, only roughly 13 meters down in Sector 1. We've got 2 attack mode zones, both going into chicanes, and we're ready for the penultimate round of the A1 Grand Prix World Cup of Motorsport.
Up the volume to 11 on it.
And here is your starting grid for the Italian Grand Prix. Team Italia with Revo start on pole from Team Nigeria's Onkro Ezra and U-Cable. Fourth place sees the other Team Italy car in Francis Austin, then it's Guillermo Perez, Oscar Falstad, and in 7th place, Remy LeBeau. Lam Thong is 8th, and alongside him, there's your points leader, B-Dragon Sonic. He's only 8 points up on Revo heading into this race. Ocampo is 10th from Oqui and Sparks YT 15. Then it's Stuart Puff down in 13th from Hun Lamthi and Team Spain's Nicolas Palomino. Romania's Babna Senior is 16th. Then it's Matthew Hart from Daf Sanchez and Daniel Bogdasarov. The Red Devil is 20th, and then it's the back row of Jensen Olsen and Arnett Babnas Jr. Well, then it's time for the final race before double points are applied in Indianapolis. Revo starts on pole. Can he reclaim the points lead? As we are underway in Italy, and it's a good start from most of the midfield actually. Onkro Ezra heading down into turn 1, not getting the greatest getaway of all time. In fact, he's already been side by side with U-Cable as they make their way into the first chicane. Revo holds on to the lead off the track for Onkro Ezra. He's off the top 3 and he's got a time penalty. Carnage in the mid-pack, look at that. That's one off the Team France cars of Bogdasarov. Hitting Romania's Babnas Jr. Here comes Onkro with a great run coming through Curva Grande into the Variante Alta. Revo still holds on to the lead, almost loses the car into the wall. He almost went. That's whoa! Caution comes out. That's Jensen Olsen. Contact with Daf Sanchez. Brake failure, almost certainly, for the Team Norway driver. Caution's come out on lap 1. Wow. Major front wing damage for the Philippine driver, or the Filipino driver if you prefer. Palomino also with damage, and that's likely come from the opening chicane. B-Dragon Sonic has moved up into 8th, but that's still not good enough to quell the charge from Revo. And as we go green for the Nigerian driver, he's going to need quite a bit more than what he currently has if he's to reclaim that championship, if he's to rather increase his lead in the points. U-Cable going side by side with Oinkro Ezra, the other Team Nigeria car, really beginning to show his pace in these later stages of the A1 Grand Prix. Lap 2 of 13, so that's 11 to go from here. And U-Cable's got a pretty good run on Ezra. But reminder, he's got a 5-second time penalty. And U-Cable, while he knows this, he knows he can't risk getting the same thing. Side by side they go, and Ezra, not enough pace going through Curva Grande. That is P2 as we've got yellows going down the opening chicane. That seems to be for Babinus Sr. Unfortunate for him. And once again, Revo cutting it really close to that wall down at turns 4 and 5. You don't want to play around with this track. And into the wall goes Hunlam Thi. Looks like he played a little too much with his racing line down there, and he has paid for it. He's got front wing damage. He will probably have a longer pit stop as a result, but that car should still be good to go. Revo with the track limits warning as they head down into Curva Parabolica. B-Dragon Sonic with a track limits warning of his own. And you know, something I really like about this race, when we often run here in Italy in the ERL, the middle part of this race is often quite calm. When we get to about lap 10, that's when everyone in the field who's left, who hasn't made a mistake down at the 4-5 chicane, that's when everyone decides it's go time. And Francis Austin, he's picking his moment. Look at the state of his softs though. Very worn as off the track's gone, Remy LeBeau. Revo still leads the way, but can Austin try and get past U-Cable coming through 3? What a run, and what a pass! The second position, it's a 1-2 for Team Italy, as they're both in the wall! Oh my goodness! 4 cars down at the turns, 4 and 5 chicane, B-Dragon Sonic into the melee! This is massive, this is unbelievable! Somehow only yellow flags being flown, no full course cautions, and someone's upside down! That is Remy LeBeau. He is out of this race. Day over for the French driver. That has shaken up the running order quite a bit. Oscar Falstad, the man, 3rd in points, and is only really in the points hunt by a hair. He's 37 off the points lead. He now leads this race. This is very good for him if he wants to try and be within a shot of the championship for next time out. Remember, Indianapolis is a double points race. But we are back under green, and Sparks is down in 16th. For the man who won the first A1GP race, that is very much a problem as Austin's got damage. And very slow going through Curva Parabolica. Nicholas Palomino with a track limits warning of his own. He is currently running down in 17th as a lot of drivers funnel into the pits, including B-Dragon Sonic, who does have a time penalty to his name. Revo's got damage, but he's back up into the race lead. His tyres aren't holding up too good though, as Bogdasarov thinks better of a potential move. Falstad, I feel like, has a very good shot of winning the race today. We could only have 7 unique winners in 9 races, especially considering how the strategy is playing out. Hunlam Thi with the track limits warning as they're going side by side, going through the Variante Alta into the wall for Matthew Hart. The Team Scotland driver, whose A1GP experience has not been too fruitful, is also into the wall. Sparks just missed by that Team Norway car. Almost collected by Babinus Sr. Oh! Oh! That was 2 hits, 2 big hits. Sanchez is off, facing backwards. That was one of the Team Spain cars. I'd like to say it was Guillermo Perez. And Sparks YT15 is out of the race. Also out Daph Sanchez down at the wall. And another full course yellow. It's lap 4 with 4 retirements and a puncture. Whoa! Matthew Hart and Revo both with punctures on lap 4. They've really stretched their soft tyres thin. This is perfect timing for the caution. But I don't think they're going to make it into the pits in time. Bogdasarov's going to get past Revo any day now. And it's all about when we go green, and it's now. Bogdasarov getting past Revo. Hart being passed by Ezra. Whoa, Palomino with a 5-second time penalty causing a collision. Bit of a concertina effect down there. And for Hart and Revo, thankfully, this is quite early on in the race, and punctures happen quite late on in the lap, meaning that they can still come back from this. Knowing Revo, he probably will, but Matthew Hart, his confidence must have been wrecked, shattered. And a third adjective that I'm not going to put in there, because he's just been so unlucky throughout the prior 8 races, make that 9 races now. Oinkro Ezra hits the wall coming through 4, almost a wall hit for Falstad as well. These guys just can't keep it clean. Also into the wall, Francis Austin weaving like a madman behind is one of the Team Philippines cars as Daminis Jr. loses his tyre. Front puncture for the Romanian driver as Prix runs into the back of him. And another full course yellow comes out down at the chicane. That's for the Red Devil. And he's rebounded from the wall. So on lap 5 of 13, another full course yellow coming out. Can we just have one lap run under green flags, maybe? Is that possible? Is that possible here in Italy? Hopefully it is, but currently seems impossible. And as we're back under the green flags, well, there's your Team Romania car. Daminis Jr. Well, if the preseason tests that we've been seeing in private for Formula E are anything to go by, Mercedes EQ don't seem to have a very strong package for season 27. So the Romanian driver's luck in the gutter, to say the least. We're on to lap 6 of 13, 7 to go. Do not make the joke in the live chat. Please do not. Guillermo Perez with the fastest third sector of anyone at 22.7. Falstad, your leader. Falstad in the wall. On the hard sides. Puff coming through the chicane just about misses the wall, but U-Cable isn't as lucky. Ocampo also into the chicane's walls. And B-Dragon Sonic spins it round. 5-second time penalty for Revo and seemingly for O'Quee as well. Back under the ground! Oh my goodness! Oinkro Ezra and Matthew Hart are out of this race. That was just a pincer move. Don't know how the car just flipped into the air like... I don't have a very good reference for that one. We're back under the green flag somehow. And Falstad being chased after by Puff. One of these guys has a complete front wing and the other one is Puff. Coming through Curva Parabolica. Easiest pass for the Scotsman. Never seen that man make a simpler pass in his career. And they all come into the pits with the top 4, 5, 6, 7, all into the pits. So, your new race leader, Daniel Bogdasarov, from Babinis Senior, who makes the pass on O'Quee before they reach the braking point. That's just the power of attack mode going into the first chicane. Going into Ascari, it's not as powerful as Hunlam Phi, with a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision. Going through Curva Parabolica, that's Babinis Senior's ticket to the race lead. Going through 4 and 5. Whoa! Well, there goes that race lead. In a similar fashion to Hart and Ezra on the prior lap, Babinis Senior and Daniel Bogdasarov both out of the race. Yikes. Big yikes. And that's going to end Team France's run today as well. We're back under the green flags on lap 7. How many cars do we still have left? 13 with 6 to go? That's unbelievable. Francis Austin leads this little pack of drivers that we've got off the track, wide off the track for Henlan Phi, in fact. Trying to just hold on to P3, and the top 3 in this race, all with time penalties. Your net race leader is currently looking to be Oscar Falstad as he makes the pass going through Curva Parabolica. So he's up into 3rd on the road, but I'm sure that the top guys are all coming in. That's Queen to the pits. Austin staying out with the rear wing wide open. As we're now on lap 8, there's a pass for Lam Fong, using attack mode to its fullest, up into 4th position. Austin with a track limits warning, and look at the Team Vietnam driver just breeze through the pack. There's a puncture for Francis Austin. Front puncture for Francis. Must have pushed those medium tires too far, and it does look like he's done just that. Ooh! Oh! Big hits! 2 hits in a row. That's Oscar Falstad and Lam Fong both hitting the wall. Oh my goodness me! Austin and Babinus Jr. Babinus Jr. just ran into the back of the Team Italia driver. And he's still got to limp home with that front puncture. Henlan Phi just breezing past him quite quickly and effectively. That's good news. In your title battle, B-Dragon Sonic is currently in front of Revo. So that title gap will increase. Of course, the championship can't be won today with that 50-point victory purse next time out. As they round the final corner, track limits warning for Henlan Phi, his 2nd of the race. Into the pits comes basically everybody at this point. UK Ball, your race leader, B-Dragon Sonic's got a good run on Nicholas Palomino. Gets past them going down the straight. Is he going to try and make an audacious launch? He doesn't! My goodness! Oh my goodness, that's a top 3 all involved! B-Dragon Sonic, UK Ball, and to a much lesser extent, Sebastian Ocampo, all involved in a major incident down in turns 1 and 2. Major damage for the Team Nigeria driver. Front wing damage for the Team England driver. And for Sebastian Ocampo, not a lot of damage. In fact, he leads this race now. Unbelievable scenes here in Italy. And here comes Kui going side by side and making an easy lunge. It's Henlan Phi spinning it around. Tries to get it back on the track and he's hit by his teammate. Come on, guys. Keep it clean for 2 laps. With 4 to go, I don't know if that's even possible at this rate. As here comes Falstad side by side and in front of B-Dragon Sonic, who has to come into the pits to make some repairs. Surely he's got a time penalty hanging over his head. We haven't had a full course yellow in quite some time, which is good, but we still had a lot of yellow flags in sectors, which is not very good. On to lap 10 of 13. Revo leading the pack down into pit lane. Ocampo currently 2nd. There is Revo, and he's actually right behind his own teammate in Francis Austin. And Austin about to get lapped today is, well, could have been a much better race. Looking back with Revo in this literally free track in front of him and behind him for a good handful of kilometers. It's through the chicane and into the wall for Revo. This is where he won his first ERL Series race, Season 2, Round 2, the Italian round in Rome. As more cars in the wall. That's Qui, and behind him Oscar Falstad 2. All into the wall. Henlan Phi making his way into the chicane. He hits the wall to no one's surprise. Thankfully no full course yellows coming out, meaning that everyone's able to get back onto the track, and B-Dragon Sonic stand in 11th. And he's about 20 seconds off of Babinus Jr. The Nigerian driver is hoping for some racks today. Some more racks today, if he is to hold on to that points lead. Palomino with a time penalty for track limits. Austin making his way down into the first chicane, and Revo Still trucking along with that damage. He comes into the pits. Probably the wisest move. So Guillermo Perez, winner in Nigeria. He leads the pack onto lap 11 of 13. Volstad also into the pits. Puff now runs up in second. Team Scotland yet to win a race as a caution comes out. Who is that even for? That's for Francis Austin, and that is down at the 4 and 5 chicane. No one's near that though. So he's just done that on his own, and that ends the Italian's day at his home race. And V-Dragon Sonic's got a 5-second time penalty. So there goes any hopes of him taking home some good or even mediocre points. Remember, the points margin heading into this race was 8 points. If there was, for any reason at this stage, as we get back under the green flags, if the title was to end as it is right now, Revo scoring 6 points would draw level with V-Dragon Sonic. The tiebreaker, oh! Massive wreck there! Fabulous Jr. and Kui both in the wall, but to return to that train of thought, the tiebreaker would be on wins. V-Dragon Sonic has 1, Revo has 2. So he needs to pick up the pace, and that's not how you do it. He's just hit the wall again. This isn't even on grip or anything. I think the main reason why we've got cars wrecking down at the chicane so much is very simple in terms of physics. The cars are picking up speed despite braking through that chicane. And the walls are so close that all they really can do is hit the wall. Ocampo gets it stopped just in time to stay alongside with Puff, but can't make the pass stick. Has to resign himself to P3. Guillermo Perez still your leader on lap 12 of 13. Could he be our second double race winner in A1GP? No, he hits the wall. Damage for him. That's going to very much impact his race. Is also into the wall. Puff and crucially Sebastian Ocampo spins it round. Still runs in this race. There's another spin for Cable. Tries to get it back on track, and that's massive! Hit by his former teammate in Revo, who's got damage and crucially a time penalty as well. Cable looking to try and get his car back on track. He can't! Wow! Cable out of this race. We're down to 11. Kui trying to get that car back on track. He's going to get flipped by Madness Jr., but he's still in the race, thankfully. Just about is he? No. Everyone who finishes this race will now score points. Good news for V-Dragon Sonic as he's now 10th. So that's going to be 1 point for him, but with Revo scoring 9 and Puff having a full car puncture, that's not good news at all. Because Revo scoring 10 currently. With Puff's puncture, that'll be 12. So, in a nutshell, this is going to be a major point swing as we begin the final lap of this race. Guillermo Perez leads this race, and he leads it magnificently from Ocampo and Palomino. And there goes Revo swooping past the Scotsman as side by side. Goes second and third through the opening chicane. Palomino drops behind Ocampo, but for Guillermo Perez, if he can, no! Full car puncture for the Spaniard. Unbelievable. Going into the 4-5 chicane. Palomino, oh! Into the wall as well. Spins it round twice. Gets in front of Ocampo on rejoin. My goodness, is that into the wall for Volstad? It is. Who is going to win this race? Because I don't believe anything of what I'm seeing. Hun Lam Thi is in the wall. Lam Thong is coming through the chicane. We're not even looking at the leaders. It's so hectic right now. Puff just about misses. Oh no! Full course yellows come out as a puncture for Guillermo Perez. Could see him to the checkered flag. Babinus Jr. running into Hun Lam Thi. Is it? No, it's Lam Thong. That's the wrong Team Vietnam driver. I'm sorry. Hun Lam Thi runs in 6th right now. The leaders have just come out of the Ascari chicane. Palomino right on the back of them. You're not going to believe who's currently in the running to win this race. It's Oscar Falstad because he doesn't have a time penalty. Perez needs this race to stay yellow for as long as possible. So will we go green in Italy? We do! Puncture for Ocampo as well. Palomino makes the pass for the lead on the road. But for Oscar Falstad, it's going to be his day here in Rome. Palomino takes the flag, but it's Oscar Falstad, the second double winner in A1GP. What is happening? What is going on in this series? We had some calm racing in the first 4 races, and then we just headed to Malaysia, and everything just started going insane. Picked it back up in Nigeria, and then Austria, Australia, and now the Italian Grand Prix. Some of the most chaotic races we've seen in the ERL in quite some time. Ewart Puff is coming to the line. And this is your podium. Falstad taking victory from the 2 Spaniards. Unbelievable way to win when you finish 3rd on the line. Here comes the Norwegian national anthem. Well, I doubt you've seen something that chaotic in the ERL in quite some time. Unless you're a regular viewer, here come the race results of round 9. Falstad taking victory from Palomino and Perez, and it's Revo, Ocampo, Lam, Fee, and B Dragon Sonic, with Ewart Puff and Babinus Jr. being the last finishes. Lam Fong held on to the fastest lap, and B Dragon Sonic by just 2 points holds on to the points lead in front of Revo and Oscar Falstad, who's 18 points down. Those are your title protagonists heading into Indy. 40 points is the margin between Team Italy and Team Nigeria, with Team Spain a very crisp 6-7 points behind. And that wraps up activities here in Italy. There won't be a race tomorrow, but once Christmas Day strikes, that's when the ERL will head to Indianapolis for the final race in the A1 Grand Prix World Cup of Motorsport. And from everyone here at SPM, we will see you next time when the ERL returns.
Turning up the volume to 11 on it.